Hey guys, Jake Abdonor here, 252 marathoner, kinesiologist, and post-run stretching extraordinaire. Today I'm going to show you guys 10 of my favorite post-run stretches. I do these every time after I finish a run. I'll show you how to do them, I'll explain why they might be important, and then we'll talk about whether they could or could not affect your running performance. But first, I need to go for a run. Okay, run completed. Just at 8.5 miles in just under an hour, so I was cruising. So I'm sufficiently warmed up, which brings me to my first point. Before you do static stretching, which is what we're doing today, static stretching meaning not moving, we're gonna stretch the muscle and hold it there. So make sure you're sufficiently warmed up. Don't do this when you're cold. Alright, so just to frame this properly, the reason I do these stretches every day after I run isn't because it helps my performance, isn't because it helps me not get injured, it's because it makes my legs feel good. Unfortunately, the research, the literature says that one, it does not directly improve running performance, and two, it does not mitigate the risk of injury. Sorry, I know. I will link the research below, go check it out. Now that being said, if it's an inflexibility issue that is causing an injury or a problem, like maybe this muscle's too tight and it's causing your knee to bend in whenever you run, that's a problem. So in that case, lengthening this muscle tissue might keep you from getting injured. Okay, that being said, I've been doing this pretty much after every run for like 10 years. This series of stretches like hits everything, hits every part of your leg muscle. It's like the complete total runner body post-run stretch routine of glory. I love it. First stretch.
Standing calf stretch. Focus on pushing the heel down into the ground. Hold for 30 seconds. If you want to hit the Achilles a little bit, let the knee bend and lift the heel up. Standing straddle stretch. When you add a lean and an arm raise, it'll hit the obliques a little bit, which is really good for keeping a relaxed pelvis when you're running. There's two parts to this one. One, push your knee away from you while pulling your foot towards you. This will start to open up your hips a little bit. Hold, and then switch, pulling your knee over your body and across from you. This will start to stretch your IT band and your abductor, and if these are tight, it can play a role in controlling the direction your knee rotates inwards or outwards during the stance phase of your gait cycle. Tightness here could be a factor that gives you pain on the inside or the outside of your knee. This stretches the opposing muscle group, the adductors. These muscles pull the legs inwards together. Your classic hurdler stretch. Keeping a flat back will target the hamstring more, while keeping a rounded back will also incorporate stretching the lower back. You should vary it up to see what you prefer.
After you stretch this way, take this leg, reach under, here, and then pull back like that. Lock it back and then lean forward. It stretches your piriformis. It's this little tiny muscle underneath your hamstring. Really good.
Again, a flat back will directly target the hamstrings and piriformis, while rounding the back will also target the lower back. This stretch is super important, especially if you're prone to sitting all day at work. Focus on contracting the glutes and keeping the pelvis pointing straight ahead of you. Don't let it spill out to the left or the right. Set your core, tuck your pelvis, clench your glutes, and then lean forward into the stretch. Raising your arms up into a warrior pose and then leaning to one side can be a great stretch for the obliques as well. Two variations here. The first one is more specific to targeting your hips. Second, push the outside of your leg, the IT band and abductor, down to the ground. This will target that area a little more directly. Both variations are important for keeping open, fluid hips. Classic downward dog stretches the calves, the Achilles, the hamstrings, and also hits the lats a little bit too. Tight lats and obliques can play a role in controlling arm swing during your run, which in turn affects the rotation of your hips. So don't ignore it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys one of my little secret stretches. It's really good for the hip flexor and for the quads. It's an old secret gymnastics stretch that I learned a long time ago when I was in gymnastics. First thing, find a wall, bring your knee against it. I'd recommend having padding there. Foot's gonna go up here, directly behind your butt, and you're gonna come back, you're gonna pull with your hamstring, come up. Think of pulling with your hamstring so that your quad is released. Come back as far as you can. If it looks a little crazy, don't worry. It also feels a little crazy. Okay, All right, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy my little stretching routine. Like I said, I do that after every run. It doesn't directly improve performance or like mitigate injury, but there's something to be said for just feeling generally better, you know? But if you're just starting out running or you want to do something to kind of increase your performance to get faster, stretching isn't probably the thing you should be spending your time on. After all, our end game here is getting faster, putting out faster race times, completing the marathon, getting a better marathon time. We want to train smarter, not harder, right? So investing too much energy into something like stretching probably wouldn't suit you as well as putting more time into something like running higher mileage. And at a later episode, we'll talk about what stretches to do before you go running. You want to do dynamic stretching, not static stretching, but we'll cover that at another time, all right? I'll see you guys later.